Alright, it looks like I got the audio issues worked out, which is great. Word. So, we're going to get into this in a little bit, okay? It's your boy Fury. Sorry about the hiccups. We here now. Happy Saturday to everybody who watched this video or anybody who dropped by during the live and you hear this on the playback more than likely. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, I'm running on demon time today. So I have to say this. Accountability and gym do not have the same spelling or meaning. Okay? Yeah, I said it, and I mean it. Because I don't see a lot of you sisters in the gym like you should be. And don't give me no outliers. Don't give me no Bianca Belair. Don't give me no Jade Cargill. Those are celebrities. They fitness is their career. Okay? I'm so sick of a lot of women on Twitter/X talking that bullshit about how they just gonna go get their bodies done. A guy can't tell them what to do with their body. Sure, well and good. We won't. Even when we give suggestions and we give preferences and we give feelings, guess what? It's all for naught. Because you're gonna do what you want to do, right? So we need to do what we need to do. And a lot of you have this whole mentality that when things don't go your way, you try to run. I wish you did. Maybe that would help you out. But a lot of you try to run. This is how the whole divestment thing started. This is how the whole divester situation, because you couldn't even take accountability. Let's get right back to that word accountability. You couldn't even take accountability for the actions and the role you played in how the black community is today. I've tried my best. I really tried my best to be cordial with a lot of you heifers, but a lot of you don't understand. You turning a blind eye to nigga shit. You being in proximity and having an affinity for nigga shit is why nigga shit keep happening. And yes, a lot of these absentee fathers out here are responsible, along with these heifers out here, for raising the kids the way they have been raised in Black America. Just because I'm not sitting here talking about them or so, doesn't mean I don't see them. Doesn't mean I don't care. Let me tell you guys a story. Many years ago around here, we had a lot of, and we still do, a lot of absentee fathers. And mothers too at the same time, which made no sense to me. Meaning, oh yeah, they live with the parents. The parents are somewhere doing something, doing God knows what. Or maybe they just working. But the way you raise your kids is important. Because my mother worked a lot. And so did my stepdad. But guess what happened? We were raised a certain way. And if we did something and one of the neighborhood elders saw it and reported it to our mother, we got in trouble for it. So, to fast forward to what I wanted to say, these kids used to play around here, throw football in the street, and guess what happened? One of them ended up dead in my car. or playing wrestling and stuff and put a dent in my car. And there was absolutely not one apology, not one parent that actually, oh my God, I'm sorry and stuff. Get your ass in here to their kid. No. Nowhere to be found. Oh, why are you yelling at my kid like that? I'm saying if my kid do something, won't you come get me? I'm like, we don't know you. Where are you? You're not even keeping an eye on your kid. What the fuck you want me to do? This is a big problem we have today. But y'all like the dudes that about to be on that Roddy Raw shit, right? Y'all like them like that. I know women who got fucking business degrees, PhDs and shit like that. And guess what? They still dating niggas with their pants hanging off their ass. Make it make sense. You can't be making up names like Blackistan or saying men, black men especially, are dusty when you are getting your back blown out by Dusty. Now, I ain't talking about the G.I. Joe either. The same way that a man can't be like, a lot of these women are hoes and all this other bullshit. They can't be like that and then be engaging in extracurricular activities with hoes, expecting housewife-like women to come out of the other end. You can't turn the pookie into a husband. You can't suppress him for some amount of time. And guys, what's the classic saying? You can't make a wife out of a what? Like Kid Leroy said, the Australian dude. He said it in his song too, one of his hit songs. He said, he looking at the shit we go through as black Americans, and he's putting it into his music as if we can't pay attention to it. But you just have to be held accountable for your actions. If you want to put out blanketed terms against black men and say how we collectively ain't this, we ain't that, y'all want to listen to Umar Johnson and actually believe that it's a legit way of being by just saying that we're going to take the reins as black men, all those fatherless black youth out there need to be mentored by us, and we need to put aside past transgressions to help guide the youth. I say hell no. I said it before. A lot of them are on demon time. A lot of them are on that shit, and they are no way coming back from it. Because the moment you, as a male, put some bass in your voice and speak from a place of authority, what are the classic words you hear? Especially from black children. You ain't my daddy, right? And I'm like, okay. And with a lot of you protect your kids' bad behavior. I'm not saying that if I was with a woman with a small child that I want to be doing all this harmful shit. No, that's not what I'm saying. A lot of the times the best discipline comes from setting boundaries and following through with your words. Your actions follow through with your words. If you are going to deprive a kid from something because they misbehaved, and when I say deprive, I'm talking about you depriving them from a privilege. That's all well and good. Either the kid learns to shape up or ship out, not literally ship out or get thrown out, but you get what I'm saying. Or they learn how to manage, or sometimes they don't learn. You know why? Because you have to go a bit further and you have to cut off the friends. Because you got friends out there who don't got parents that diligent, who care who their children hang around. So, you take away their phone, you take away something, they're going to get access to it from an enabling friend. They're going to get access to it from there. And this is how a lot of it goes down. This is why you hear the parents sometimes say, I took away the phone, I took away these privileges, and they still want to get to it. I'm like, because you are not monitoring their friends. That's the problem. And I see with a lot of Hispanic and black females out here. I see it way too much, and it scares me so. Oh my God, it scares me so. I tell you, I had a call because you know I do 911 for a living. So I had a call, and we came to evaluate a 14-year-old girl because she was assaulted, struck by her older brother. And you probably saying, "Oh my God, what the hell's going on here?" Let me explain the story. Okay? 16-year-old brother, 17-year-old brother, comes home because they live in the projects, Hispanic family. Also, I've seen it with black families as well. Okay, so don't think I'm out here just trying to call out on a specific demo. I'm calling out a problem that's going on in our hoods. So, the brother comes home and he finds in the hallway of the projects, finds his 14-year-old sister sucking a 16-year-old boy's dick. And he punched her in the face over that. Luckily, he didn't leave a bruise. They didn't file any charges against him. He was gone. He was angry and he left. I'm not saying he should have hit her. But like Chris Rock said, I understand. And you know what she says to her mother who don't live there? She lives with her grandmother. Red flag number one. Her mother got other kids. Red flag number two. See, this is the lack of accountability and the enabling nature. Grandmother enabled her daughter to have all these bastard children and took some of them off her hands, but never asked her daughter to stop having so many kids out of wedlock. She never asked her to do that. And guess what? The 14-year-old girl's probably acting just like her mother was. And I keep saying guess what? I'm sorry. But the cycle continues. Mother didn't check her daughter, and she's not checking her granddaughter. She's just enabling the cycle to continue. The 14-year-old girl said to her mother, it's her mouth and her pussy, she can do what she wants with it. And the mother seemed a tad bit distraught. And when I'm saying a tad bit, it's because we know she probably listening to herself flowing through her young child. The cycle has to stop somewhere. It really has to stop somewhere. There's no accountability. But guess what's going on here? Either the men in that family were never there as parents or they're dead. The grandfather's gone. I see one baby father be even mentioned or her even talking about, I want to talk to my dad. She probably don't know who he is. This shit bothers me so much. But people like who expect me to come in and take the reins? I'm sorry. I can't do that. I can't. For my family, yes, I could. For somebody else's family, hell no. See, there's a difference. Family take care of their own. They should take care of their own. Not enable their own to keep going down the same path of just destructive promiscuous, promiscuous behavior. You have to stop the bleeding. But some people don't listen. They don't listen. And this is where we're at right now. A lot of them, you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell Keke Palmer that she shouldn't be wearing a dress with her butt cheeks out, even though she's in a full-on relationship and the internet lives forever. You can't tell her that. You can't tell her that she's wrong. And I mentioned her numerous times. This is not because I got a problem with her, it's because she is a common sense. That's all.
Well, hello there, everybody. Oh my God, it's your boy Fury. Give me a moment to cam up on y'all and get the camera right, get this green screen right, all of that good stuff. Anyway, happy Saturday, everyone. I done ran some errands. I'm back in the house. Was looking to hang out with Shorty, but Shorty's schedule is booked because she does a lot of editing and all this other good stuff for different magazines, and she covers a lot of events, so she know where to find me. So, no crying over spoiled milk. No crying over spoiled milk. You heard everything I said in my pre-recorded video. I'm going to try those every now and then and try to open up with some sort of recorded video or so to get things going. So, like I said, I gotta get some shit off my chest. And it's gonna pertain to different subjects here, you know? It's gonna pertain to a lot of different subjects here. I don't have nothing written down in front of me. I have probably some mental cliff notes and stuff. So, who's watching here? If there's anybody watching right now, because I'm not trying to monitor too much. It's very depressing that I don't get a lot of views, but I'm a small channel. I don't stream frequently, so I get it. I get it, though. But to mentally avoid the fact that I'm virtually talking to myself or just talking to the camera, I just basically try to just monitor the chat. So I'm watching the chat right now. So, who here watches, who here games? Because gaming seems to be like one of the biggest things that's been going on right now when it comes to the state of how everything's going. Like, we've been trying to tell people, some of us who game, some of us who's been gaming for years, it's like, I'm at this point where I know I sound very boomerish, but it's funny how we're telling a lot of gamers who come after us, a lot of the younger generation, we from a time where games had to be complete. Games had to be done. And if your final product wasn't up to snuff, you basically had to do what? You had to take that L. You had to take a serious L if your game wasn't up to quality. Like, case in point, look at something like, let's see, what had a lot of bugs in it besides a Bethesda game? It was the CD Projekt Red game. The Witcher initially had a lot of bugs in it. Witcher 3, they had to do quality of life updates repeatedly, a lot of patches. But, and Cyberpunk, let's not forget about that one. That's the type of error that we got a lot of the younger gamers coming up in today. They're coming up in an era where they just believe that it's okay to just totally pay $70 or so for a game and just know this is how they got it. Oh, it's going to get updated eventually. And we looking, me with gray in my beard, looking at the situation like, no, see, this wouldn't fly. This wouldn't fly. I'm not saying every game in my late teens and 20s were perfection, but they gave a damn. these same developers who are probably still around today, gave a damn. A lot of them don't seem to do that. But the worst thing is a lot of you fanboys fight for companies. A lot of you like to misinform people, and your misinformation shows your true colors. This is why everybody's dogpiling on the Sony ponies right now. Because they the ones, I don't understand. If this case in point, let's take a serious topic here. If you are about being, if you detest a certain grade of criminal, like the one that starts with a P, you know what I'm talking about, the Chris Hansen types. If you detest that and you know it's morally reprehensible, you wouldn't talk obsessively about it, right? So let's take it back to a lighter topic here. I don't understand a lot of you Sony ponies, man. I don't get it. If you don't like the Xbox format, you don't like Microsoft's format, why do you give the company more press than they actually put out for their stuff? Why the fuck are you pocket watching and you content watching so hard? You know, Tim Stewart of Microsoft recently, once again, said something that sounded very foolish. And Phil Spencer had to come behind him and say, look, we have no intentions of putting Game Pass on Nintendo or PlayStation. They got intentions of releasing the games, certain games, on multiple formats. Case in point, Call of Duty. Case in point, some other games. But, of course, the ponies had to take it and they had to run with, the Sony ponies had to run with this whole thing saying that Xbox is going third party. You wish. I don't want Nintendo to go third party. I don't want Sony to go third party. I damn sure don't want Microsoft to go third party. That's be the dumbest thing. And it ain't because my biscuits are buttered with Microsoft. It's for you spent all that money. You need to recoup that money. Where are you going? So this whole thing that a lot of the what's to do with the dolphin teeth? MBG. Flipper himself, you're actually doing long streams about this, and I'm like, I don't have the energy, man. I don't have the energy to be crying over spoiled milk. I just don't have the energy, and a lot of people don't seem to understand this is why you get clowned being a fanboy, because you have too much energy and you should be gaming. See, I work a lot, I game casually, but I care about the genre because it's one of the go-to things I go to when I do have spare time, when I'm not biking, when I'm not trying to exercise, when I'm not cooking, stuff that I like to do when I'm free from both my jobs. Well, I got 3 jobs, but I technically only work 2 of them right now. So, because it's per diem work. You get what I'm saying? One is I got a full-time job, and I have a per diem job that I work a lot in. And then I have another per diem job I've been dormant in because they've reduced the hours. See? I'm in the process of trying to figure out where I'm going to move to. What's within my budget. What hours can I get within both jobs so I can pay rent, utilities, my car note, things of that nature. I got grown man shit to do. And sometimes I just don't have the time to just sit down and play video games like I used to. But I still care about the genre. And I still want there to be good games. And let's be honest, I bought a PlayStation 5 about a year after it came out. Not because I was waiting, it's because they just weren't available. I had a hard time getting that in the Series X. I got a Series S pretty damn easy. But I got the consoles, and I have to be honest with you, there's nothing that really moves me on the PlayStation 5. And it was really a big period of time that nothing first party moved me for Microsoft. But let's say you got both formats right here. You got Xbox and you got PlayStation. And if there's nothing moving me, but there's a service that gives you games that you can delve back into the past to get that you might not have in your physical media, which one you gonna go with? Which one would you go with? See, Nintendo fans don't have to really worry about that because they bought the Switch for the first party games. And if Nintendo can do something right, it's always been in first party games. Having hardware that actually gives them third party game access to the games their other two competitors got, not so much. But they still managed to make it work. So, as much as some of the Nintendo fans annoy me with their neck beards and their obesity and their fucking delusional mentality and just their we take anything Nintendo give us, you know, as much as they piss me off with that, I gotta say, they first party, the company itself, their first party games sell. And Microsoft, I don't know what they're doing, but it works a different way now with them. They realized, okay, we aren't going to sell as much, let me see. Oh, I just got some news here about Billie Eilish coming out. Like, I kind of knew that. He did seem kind of, what's the producer name? Samantha Ronson like to me. She seemed a little on the Ronson side anyway. But back to what I'm saying. They realized, okay, Dan Matrick did some fucking damage. He did serious damage. When he said what he said about the Xbox One and tried to make it a multimedia device to say if you want games, get an Xbox 360. I'm like, oh, here we go. They have not recovered from that yet, but they're on their way. Whereas PlayStation got comfortable. They got really comfortable. PlayStation 4 sold, 110 plus million consoles in its lifetime, right? And they had good first party games. But what is going on with the PlayStation 5 generation? Why are we playing so much retread? And how can we just sit there and just take that shit with that? How could you just sit there and be like, okay, I'm going to go out and buy a updated version of The Last of Us 2 where you can play the upscale version of the PlayStation 4 one. And they don't look that different. And for the love of God, why are you playing The Last of Us Part 1 for the third time on PlayStation 5? Ask yourself that question. And since they want to talk about exclusives so much, the fanboys want to talk about exclusives. What console exclusive do you have right now besides Spider-Man 2 and Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart? What? I want somebody in the comment section, please, and I'm not trying to, I want to know this. What console exclusive, what PlayStation 5 console exclusive besides those two games are there right now? Horizon is available on PlayStation 4. God of War Ragnarok was built on PlayStation 4 format. Both of those were built on PS4. And the thing is that by the time they were to be released, the PlayStation 4 would be, the PlayStation 5 would be available. So they gave you, they just basically ported it over to that. That's what they did. So God of War Ragnarok is a PlayStation. It's a cross-platform game. Ghost of Tsushima is a cross-platform game. Horizon Forbidden West is a cross-platform game. Miles Morales is a cross-platform game. Oh yeah, that's right. The Returnal. Returnal, is that exclusive? I believe. Is that a console exclusive? Returnal, uh, Rift Apart, and Marvel Spider-Man 3. And the PlayStation has been out for how long? Like, how many years has PlayStation 5 been out? For like 4 years, right? Almost 4 years, if I'm correct. About 4 or 5 years? No, 4, right? So you can't sit there and throw stones while living in a glass house, fanboys, because they're no different from what's going on with Microsoft. But I tell you this, at least finally, like The Rock say, finally, they have a console roadmap. What does PlayStation 5 have? What do they have? What do they have? Nobody was buying the PS5. Unfortunately, they were not buying it for the console exclusives. See, Spider-Man is different because Spider-Man is a pre-existing character from Marvel Comics. And if there wasn't no movies recently with him, the game wouldn't be selling that much. Yeah, it wouldn't be selling that much if there wasn't any quality media that put Spider-Man out there. Spider-Man is the Marvel flagship character. That game's gonna sell itself. Because apparently that's what it's doing right now. This game sucks. Like when it comes to the storyline, but people like playing as Spider-Man. Throughout the same city. Don't talk about reused assets because your beloved Spider-Man game is doing that such. And like I said, I'm gonna wait for the game to go down in price. Physical media. And I really hope somebody trades it then. See, that's another thing they're in trouble for right now. See, the lawsuit that's going on with them as well. Guess what that's about? Uh Keeping, they trying to combat used games. Because when people buy used games from GameStop, guess what happens? Sony doesn't get any money from that. They don't. Microsoft don't get money from used games. Nintendo don't get money from used games. But PlayStation, look what they're doing. Look at this whole situation where they're actually pushing games to only be mostly pushed through digital. When you go to a GameStop, do you see much physical media there from PlayStation? You don't. Do you see a lot of codes being sold for the game? That's what the digital era is. Sorry, I got these Invisaligns in my mouth. That's what the digital era is right now. The way they're pushing it is that they're making sure that the less physical media sold, the less pre-owned copies potentially, the more money they can keep a game on their store. Nintendo's been doing it for years. Let's say the whole situation with their pre-owned game value. I don't understand how their game prices barely drop. And of course, they fanboys saying it's because they have quality games. I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit. Just because a game that came out in 1985 is quality, will you spend $70 for a Super Mario Brothers, the 1985 Super Mario Brothers? Would you spend $70 today for it? Would you? Years later, you got greatest hits games. Remember PlayStation? Remember when they used to do that? PS2 greatest hit, $20. PS3 greatest hit, $30. PS4 greatest hit, $40. Right? Remember that? Remember that style? But anyway, back to what I was saying. When there's less physical media floating around amongst gamers, it can't be traded in. And that means a lot of people can't get their hands on the used copies. So they have to go through the they have to go through the Microsoft, the PlayStation, or Nintendo store. But in this case, we talk about PlayStation. Hey, what's going on? How you doing, KO? So this is how the business works. They have to funnel it through their store. They're funneling it through their store. So guess what? They can control the price and keep the price high, even though the game's value has diminished because time, meaning that it has sold peak amount. And with everything, everything goes down in price eventually. Will you pay the MSRP for a 2010 car? Would you pay its initial MSRP today in 2023? No, you wouldn't. But how Sony has been operating is that they're not offering discounts like they should, or they're not dropping the prices down on older titles like they should. And I've seen a lot of sales going on in the Microsoft store when you're buying digital media after a certain time, or there's certain specials, or there's things. You know how many things they got? Their monthly service, which is like a Netflix of gaming. But if you want to buy the games, because the games only stay in that service for a certain amount of time before it goes out, and they will get you in like, okay, here it is. This is how you buy it. You want this game here. You like this, right? It's available in the streaming service for this certain amount of time. Okay, but we're about to remove it from there. You like this game, you want to keep it in your digital files, you have to you can pay the MSRP of the game is $20. It's on special. Since you were a Game Pass member, you can get this game and keep it for a third off, sometimes 2/3 off. If the game's old enough here, you might pay this amount. That's how you do the business like that. That's how you keep your people happy. Because I'm sorry, there's, like I said, stuff, and when the popularity goes down, the price should as well. I'm not the most savvy businessman, but when something's in demand and something is of recent model or recent era, the price should be high. But once the demand goes down and the peak sales go down, that's when the prices should start. You should start having sales specials or offering downloads at reduced prices. They're not offering that in their store like they should be. And it's kind of it's a predatory move business wise. It's a good business move, but it's predatory at the same time, which the whole how can we say, the paradox. That's where the paradox lies. And that's why they're getting sued for like what, $7-8 billion. I don't know if the case is going to be won by the people suing Sony, but they're in trouble also when it comes to their movie media. See, Sony over in Europe had a contract with a company called Canal Pictures. Canal Pictures and Sony contract fell through. So people paid to own digital, well, they thought they owned digital copies of movies, but they got a letter from Sony saying, look, just because they was like, you know, due to so-and-so issues, this will be removed from your library. You paid, let's say you paid $20 for a digital copy of a popular film that was from a different company, but had a contract to be streamed through the Sony service, right? Let's say you had that, and that contract went tits up between that picture company and Sony Pictures, and even though you paid for that copy, they removing it because the contract's over. So you don't even really own digital media. You really don't own digital media like you think. This is why you have a lot of people who have been seasoned when it comes to collecting media such as games and hard copies of movies like DVDs, Blu-rays, things of that nature. This is why we say what we say about the genre today. But they're getting sued for that. See, it is what it is. I don't believe the case is going to go through and is going to have much legs to stand on. But sometimes people do things and they put it out there to spread the message, to basically get people's attention, knowing that they might lose this case, but the damage is done. The damage is done. And they got other fans who were oblivious to this. They got them thinking. They got them thinking. And sometimes that's all you need to do. Get people thinking. And you'll see. They'll start be like, you know what? I wasn't even paying attention to that. Now I see the forest for the trees. That's messed up. I'm not supporting them or I'm gonna ask them to change that. And that's what happens. And that's how shit gets done. Sometimes voting with your wallet or voting with your or just not voting for who you don't want to vote for happens. From politics to media to everything. This is why I don't like the fucking people who come with this whole anti-woke thing. Because you fucked up the word. Yes, I talk about it all the time. But I feel as a black person, you have to talk about it all the time. Because it was something that we basically, it wasn't, how can we say, our word, but it meant the most to us. And it was just basically just a call of awareness to social injustice. A core of awareness to that. Somebody will tell you, yo, stay woke. They weren't telling you, they were just basically stay woke, telling you keep your eyes open. But somehow, a lot of people on the right fucked that word up. I'm sorry. Now everybody's using it in this bastardized form. From the left to the right, they're using it in this bastardized form. How can somebody actually try to explain to me in the comment section of a video that the word is expanded? That's not an expansion. If the expansion has absolutely no relevance or familiarity to the origin definition, it can't be an expansion. I've had 3 people actually tell me that BS. Basically, what the word means today is anything they don't like in their media, in their entertainment, all of that. Anything they don't like because of skin color, because of orientation, because of whatever. And the thing that bothers me so much about it is that it's the overtones of anti-blackness in it. You know, oh, we see a movie with 3 women as the lead. This is woke garbage. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm sorry. I can't as much as I have my issues with women and modern women, that is, I can't sit there and be like, well, I hate them, and I just come off with a hateful approach about it. If you don't want to see a movie starring women, don't fucking watch it. Why are you gonna sit there and make hours of mind-numbingly stupid, pointless commentary? Oh yeah, that's right, because there's a bunch of pale males out there who have that type of mentality. I ain't saying all, but there's a bunch of them out there, and they love to congregate to form Voltron. They love the confirmation bias so much that they will basically sit on these streams for a long time. And I've tried to explain it to numerous content creators what the word means, and they don't want to listen because ignorance is bliss. Like, I had an issue with something that I've had an issue with hearing that word used in its bastardized form from mediocre tutorial and reviews, Jada Black. Those two right there use that word all the time in its wrong form. And I'm like, you're two black men. How could you not know what that word truly means? And how could you not know what it means today? It's a pejorative term. It's become very pejorative. And trust me, they only threw the other subgroups of marginalized people into the mix to keep it from being staunchly anti-black. That's all they did. That's basically all they've done is they've thrown the alphabet community into it. They have thrown other minority groups into it. Because trust and believe, if it was something starring Maggie Q back when she was in her prime, they wouldn't be mad about it. Like, case in point, Nikita. Nikita was a series starring Maggie Q based off of La Femme Nikita. The movie that starred that's always had a white actress. This time they had Maggie Q, who's an Asian actress. I didn't hear one amount of belly aching whatsoever. I didn't hear that whatsoever. So me believing that you have a problem beyond just black people, it's very hard for me to just believe that. It's very hard for me to believe that. Because, like I said, Maggie Q didn't get heat for taking over the role on the Nikita series that used to come on the CW network. But Moses Ingram got death threats, got called a diversity hire, got she's been told numerous times, you should kill yourself for being a new character in Obi-Wan Kenobi series, miniseries that came on Disney Plus. Now tell me that's okay. Tell me that's totally okay to happen. Just tell me it's just passionate fandom. Tell me that. Tell me it's just passionate fandom. And I'll tell you, I'm the fucking king of the world. If you want to believe dumb shit like that, I'm going to tell you something outlandish. I am the king of Egypt. I am 2,000 years old. And I stopped aging at the age of 45. Get the fuck out of here, man. Oh, God. But It's okay. And when she actually put it out there, guess what people like the Quarter Pounder did? I mean the Quarterman. People like neckbeards in gaming or geeks in gaming. People like Urine Flash. I mean Yellow Flash. People like that have done. They have said, well, she's just playing the victim. I mean, I'm saying if it's you're a Hollywood actress, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. If you can't take criticism, why are you in this genre? There's a difference between criticism and being attacked. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get to clarification. Give me one moment. It depends on the fandom. But speaking of Star Wars, I'm going to get right to that. Let's not forget about Kelly Marie Tran. See, I was being a little bit jumping. I was jumping the gun a little bit about Asian people being under scrutiny. But of course, they're not going to be upset about that too much because we know a lot of the Asian, especially the women, like to be in close proximity to white men. So they're not going to talk about it. But back to Moses Ingram, the black actress who played Reva. Told she was the diversity hire, told she should kill herself. You know, all this other stuff. Because they didn't want to see a black woman in Star Wars? Is that the case? Really? I don't even think. See, I think it's the fandom sometimes that's the most toxic. Look at The Walking Dead. We're in a post-apocalyptic world in The Walking Dead. That's a place where racism definitely should not exist. The world it's on is about to end. The world, the humanity is about to be snuffed out if everybody becomes infected. Right? Everybody's already infected. The moment you die, you turn. Right? Look when Rick and Michonne got together. I did not hear any feedback about that. I mean, I didn't hear any negative press about that at all. They wasn't calling they wasn't calling it the Woken Dead. They were saying, you know, we always different from the comic book. And we like Michonne and Rick so much. They didn't care about that. But it's something about Star Wars and their fandom that has a goddamn problem with racism. And it all started when The Force Awakens dropped out and you really saw the people for what they were. See, the internet didn't exist back in the late 70s and early 80s when the original trilogy came out. The internet was just really in its infancy when the prequels came out, episodes 1, 2, and 3, when they came out. Everybody loved Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu, right? Everybody loved Billy D. Williams as Lando Calrissian, right? But I don't know what it is when that pearly white shiny stormtrooper helmet came off and you saw a black man under it. Y'all lost your shit. And you think I'm supposed to walk that back, right? You really think I'm supposed to walk that back and be like, okay, well, I understand. No, I don't understand. If you really were a fan of the fucking series, you would understand this. After the Clone Wars, they started using actual recruits as the stormtroopers instead of using the clone troopers. That project was shut down. So why is it outlandish to have a fucking a black stormtrooper, right? But the treatment that John Boyega got in that trailer, basically, that right there just showed me that, oh, that's disgusting. And then Hunger Games. Rue, the young girl, even though she was killed off, Rue was revealed to be, in the movies, was because even the book described her as a girl who's possibly of black descent. Some knock-knee palm-colored person said on Twitter, "I'm disappointed because Rue is a nigga." I kid you not. It made the news. It made the news. But back to this whole Star Wars situation. It's something about the fandom. It really is. Something about the fandom. I don't understand, where did it go wrong? And I'm thinking, oh, I think I might have an idea of how it went wrong. See, Mace Windu was a supporting character. Lando Calrissian was a supporting character. But something about traditional, like, really? So you want all, what type of people supposed to be under the stormtrooper outfits? Huh? If they're recruiting from all over the galaxy, what people are supposed to be there? See, we can't win, black people. We can't win. They can't keep our names out of their fucking mouths. Look at the whole situation like a year or two ago with Ryan Cornell. That racist bastard. And you can't tell me he's not racist. Because it wasn't just black people. Look at the Blue Beetle situation. Look at the Blue Beetle situation. The thumbnail. Putting fucking empanadas or whatever in the thumbnail and Coke, which is a comfort food of Mexican people. My friend Elizar, my old EMS partner, said when he went back home for a while, he was like, I was surprised how much Coca-Cola they drink. They drink it with everything. It's part of their culture. Mexican Coke is better because they use cane sugar, not high fructose corn syrup. That's why. Okay? Anyway, you put that in the thumbnail. This is Ryan Cornell's the same motherfucker who was complaining and doing a tally of good white people versus good black people in the Batman. You only had two good white people, and that was Alfred and Bruce Wayne Batman. You had Catwoman, who was of black descent. You had Commissioner Gordon, who's black in this movie. You had the mayor, who's black, and you had other people. It just didn't seem like that in his car. And I'm like, really? You're gonna die on that fucking hill, right? Really? And then people are like, oh no, he's just being passionate. That's not what he meant. That's what his fandom like to say. And then he goes to the Universal Park and they look at the Jebediah Springfield picture of Jeb's statue in the Simpsons area of Jebediah Springfield with his foot on the neck of a dead bear that he killed. And you made a George Floyd joke. But he's not racist, right? And I'm supposed to just be like, okay, well, they're just passionate fans. They're just passionate fans. But why I brought up him is the fact that how are you going to be doing a tally count of good white characters versus good black characters in the Batman, but people of your ilk are complaining because there's a black stormtrooper who's part of the Empire, who are the villains of the movie. But, oh yeah, that's right, you found out that he was going to turn out to be, you found out later in that trailer that he had a lightsaber in his hand. And you lost your shit. And then I'm remembering like, but they liked Mace Windu. They liked Samuel L. Jackson. But like I said earlier, he was just a supporting character. So now all of a sudden, because a black character has a lead role, it's woke. That's wokeness. They just gave it to him because he was black. But I'm supposed to be complacent with that as a fan. As a fan of Star Wars, I'm supposed to rub shoulders with motherfuckers like this, right? Right? This is what y'all want me to do, right? To all you PC people out there who want to tell us to shut up and dribble, this is what y'all just want us to be. You just want our compliance, but none of our feedback, none of our feelings. For years, 4 years, Spider-Man has been one of my favorite Marvel characters. Still, probably is my favorite. Peter Parker never complained about him being white. Ever. 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 Never complained about any other characters out there because they were icons. They were iconic characters. See, you don't want iconic characters who don't look like you. That's what it is, right? It's only about what you, as the perceived dominant society, want to be happy with. And I'm not saying all. I'm talking about those who get online, like the Vera Darks and the fucking Young Ripper 59s, all of you. Like him. You know, I talk about him quite often when I get a chance because he's always bitching, whining, belly aching about tokenism, and he is a token himself. So nobody knows a token better than a token. That hairy motherfucker. I ain't talking about. It ain't just his beard. Do you see that he basically has a vest on? His body here, he basically has a vest on. You gave up your college and high school, whatever physique, to sit behind a computer and sell fucking knockoff comic books. His characters are knockoffs. Alpha Core are knockoffs of Superman, Wonder Woman, and who else? They're knockoffs of. And then the ISOM, like the whoever storyboards that comic book, please. You selling, you see, and he makes millions off that, and more power to him. But I'm gonna keep it like that. More power to him. But don't talk about tokenism. Don't talk about that if you're a token yourself. Right? Because you pretty much are the pot calling the kettle black, literally. Damn, I wanted to keep this short. I believe I've been running for about over just a little bit over an hour and almost an hour and 4 minutes. But anybody out there listening to me right now, anybody, just drop a comment. I already had Kid Organic stop by, give me a salute. If he's still listening, salute to you too. Like I said, I had to get that off my chest, and I'm always having to get it off my chest. Yeah, hopefully, man, I would love to, you know? Like, I've been out here, like, working and just trying to save people. People are out here sick. You don't understand. People are really out here sick. And people are telling me, it's just, oh, it's because it's your job. You see it firsthand. I'm like, yeah, I know I see it firsthand. But I work in the city I live in. But I work also in other cities that are predominantly white people. I work in towns now. Predominantly white people. People are sick out here, man. Like, it ain't just COVID. It ain't COVID. I've only, to be honest with you, I've had some calls where people have come down with it recently, but not as much. The problem is that I feel like a lot of us still aren't taking care of ourselves like we should. I feel a lot of us have our priorities twisted. They have them twisted, and it bothers me so, because I know I don't hit the gym as much as I used to, but I ride my bike a lot. I train while I'm at work. I lift people up and down stairs for a living. I try to eat as best as I could. Starting to do more meal prep, things of that nature. I put out videos like that. Nobody cares to watch those videos. And those videos aren't because I'm trying to teach you how to cook. Those videos are me going through something. Cooking is therapeutic to me also. But it's also me showing you you have control over what goes in your mouth. Yes, for time reasons, sometimes we just can't. But you have to set aside some time. A certain wrestler that I'm a fan of said that. He was like, look, I know diet sounds a little crazy right now. Some people, that word right there can just really trigger people, but you have to put in the work. You have to set aside some time. It is obtainable for you to work on that. Like, I made a skirt steak bowl, chopped up the skirt steak. I made the bowl with potatoes, which did you know one potato has 1.5 grams of fat in it, right? Did you know that? And imagine you making that potato that's not fried. That potato was air fried with maybe a little bit of, mixed in with a whole bunch of chopped up potatoes. You got 2 tablespoons of olive oil, which doesn't make it super fattening. So you have your potatoes and you have your steak, your skirt steak, which is a very lean cut, right? But not super lean, but beef has no carbs in it really, and it has low fat. So you have 2 low fat things. Calories are low. Carbs are definitely low because potatoes got the carbs, but they got the healthy fats in it with the olive oil. You air fry them, or you're using 2 tablespoons mixed in with a whole bunch of them, not deep fried. You're air frying it, not deep fried. And then you make up a sauce with light mayo, maybe a sriracha sauce, thing of that nature or something. Put a little cilantro on it, right? Low fat meals, right? You can just set those to the side, set those to the side, set those to the side, maybe 4 or 5 out of a recipe. Instagram is where I learned a lot of these recipes from. There's a recipe that I like so much where you can make your own hot pocket to a degree. They come out this way. You take dough that you make from 2 simple ingredients, Kale. Those 2 simple ingredients are zero fat Greek yogurt and all-purpose flour. You can make dough out of that. Roll it out, cut it into 8 pieces. Take maybe about 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Find the leanest cut. It might cost you a little bit more, but it's worth it. The leanest cut of that, and fry it up, and then you add in chopped, you dice up some jalapeno, diced tomatoes, low fat cheese, fat free cheese, light mayo. Mix that together with the meat, and the heat of the freshly cooked, just cooked meat will melt the cheese and the other stuff and gel it in together. And you take some and you put it into each of the 8 sections that you cut up off the dough. Wrap them around. After you got to cut off, and you roll them out make them into like a pocket, almost like you make an empanada, but you gonna wrap them under, basically. And you cooking now. See, you cooking now. And you pan sear it. You sear it. You brown it on both sides, and you store them to the side. I might go get the ingredients to make some more of those tomorrow. I learned how to make a banana pudding cheesecake from online. It's a couple of things. I don't be online looking at girls' asses who are fake and airbrushed on Instagram. I'll be looking for recipes. Recipes. You got the same social media out there, and guess what? You can pull positive stuff, useful stuff from social media rather than be engaged in bullshit. Let's see if I got, and you can save them, right? You know that, right? You can save them. If you go to your Instagram and you see something, you hit the check on there. You hit like the little flag icon on there, and you can save them. And let me see if I can play one right now. Let me go here. All right, let's go to, you go to your profile, you go to the 3 buttons up there in the upper right, and you go to saved, and you'll see what I saved, and you just press on it. They got vegan recipes up there too, and I'm not even vegan, but food is like, good food is good food if you find good recipes. So like right here, look at this. Let me see if I can find it. Look at this right here I want to get. Oh, I saved it twice.
Delicious, high-protein, creamy, garlic, cheesy chicken and potatoes. Only 500 calories and so easy to meal prep. Slice your chicken into cubes, add fresh garlic, onion powder, mixed herbs, chili flakes, paprika, salt, and olive oil. Mix till you lose patience, then slice your uncooked potatoes, season with salt, garlic, mixed herbs, chili flakes, paprika, and olive oil. Mix well, then oven or air fry on the settings listed on screen. Next, cook the chicken on high heat for 5 minutes, then low the heat, add milk, light cream cheese, parmesan, and extra seasoning before adding your crispy potatoes. Add shredded mozzarella, then cover for a few minutes to let the cheese melt. Then distribute into 4 equal servings, and you're ready to enjoy. The most delicious high-protein.
And if you read the body of it, you will have the ingredients and the instructions all there for all different parts of it.
Regular oatmeal is good, but baked oatmeal is next.
Yeah, so you have all of that there. You can do that. Because I'm so like the weight issue, and I might get flamed for this, but honestly, I don't care. I really don't care. The weight issue with Black American women is a problem. The weight issue with women in general, in comparison to men, is a problem. But with Black women, whoo boy. Whew. Like I said in my opening video, you would think that accountability and gym was spelled exactly the same, or was the same word. I'm so tired of BBLs. I'm so tired of women getting BBLs and don't have not made life-changing decisions. They haven't made life-changing decisions after they got it. They think the surgery is a fixer-upper. You gotta understand, once you get that shit done to your body, to keep it looking that way, you're on the hook for the rest of your natural life until you stop caring, and then you're gonna look like a fucking funhouse mirror. So I just feel a lot of them care too much about instant gratification, quick solutions, but they don't want to make life-changing decisions. Hence the reason why marriages in Black America are damn near non-existent. It ain't just, like you say, KO, it ain't just Pookie, Ray Ray, 12 gauge Mike, little neck bone in them. That's out here. These women don't, Black women don't want no one but those guys. They want those guys only. But those guys don't tell them about themselves. Those guys never tell them about themselves. Never tell them about themselves. And that is in a form of enabling. You know how many guys be licking their chops? How many Black men lick their chops and be like, yeah, well, if you don't like it, I'm saying, I likes me a big girl. And they be doing their hands like this and shit, like come peeking out from over the tree. Or be like R. Kelly in the background of Aaliyah's Age Ain't Nothing But an Album debut. He in the background like this. That nigga been telling on himself for years. And y'all mad? He been telling on himself for years. But, like I said back on this, a lot of black men enable that shit. And a lot of black women just, the weight problem is out of control. Okay, the Nets beat the Magic by 28 points. Good. All right. It's out of control. And we need to do, like, there need to be a standard, man. But every time black men bring up their standards, guess what happened? We're called misogynistic, we're called insecure, we called weak, we called all these different types of names. And I'm not a passport, bro. See, I believe in something I heard from an old song, an old rap song. I believe, was it Eazy-E? It was. My friend put me onto that song. Bitch is a bitch. Okay? So, don't think you're going to fly elsewhere and just find you something quality. All I can think about, like that easy, all I can think about is years ago when that black dude flew to China and got rejected and got treated so badly over his pen pal. It was the most pathetic shit, and I vowed to never let that be me. Never let that be me. You know? And they looking. You think a lot of them don't think they looking for licks. You're not gonna have a lot of these women get on there and tell these American women how to be about themselves. You're gonna have some who defend themselves because they called uneducated, they called dirty, they called poor. Where if you go to certain parts of the Philippines, a lot of these women have their own grocery stores, they have their own businesses, they have degrees, but they are they are the primary caretaker because them and the husband are separated. They don't believe in divorce. They don't believe in abortions. They're left with a whole bunch of kids. They taking care of them kids themselves. I was like, why would I go there for someone like that when I have that here in America? Well, I'm supposed to be enthralled with the fact that she's Asian. I'm supposed to be enthralled by that. When it's the same experience that you have in here with the single mothers. It's the same shit. Only the guys who have some sort of high baller status is going to be living like you see a lot of the ones who travel. Like the travel channels like SPK Speaks and other people like that. Of that genre. Those they you gotta be well to do. You gotta be well to do. And then again, that still kind of feels. Oh, you said I agree. I was like, and that kind of feels the same to me. Like you, it's still the same. It's still. How can I say this? The same. You're using the same. It's the same laws of attraction. I'm sorry, my mind just went somewhere. It's the same law of attraction. The difference is that a lot of the women over there might be a lot nicer. Like all around just nice. I've seen a couple of brothers with Turkish wives, and these women were sweet women. They were sweet. I mean, like, just very kind. And that brother who had he was like, oh my, he's like, I had a call for one at a clinic, cause she just came over here to live with him from Turkey. She just came over and he knew her inside and out to a degree. He's like, yeah, he's like, yo, I'm sorry, bro. I was like, what you sorry for, man? He's like, bro, I brought her. She doesn't like the sight of blood. I was like, not even her own. He's like, not even her own. She was getting blood work done as routine for, citizenship or so. She was getting blood work done. And she said she was apologetic to me. This woman who passed out at the sight of seeing her blood getting put into a vial, drawn into a vial, she was apologetic to me. She was like, I'm sorry, I peeked. I know I'm like, you have nothing to be sorry about. I've seen people who are squeamish over things of such, or certain smells or certain things. She was like, I know, I'm sorry. I was like, you don't have to be sorry. I was like, are you okay? She's like, I'm fine. I was like, do you want to go to the hospital? She's like, no, I don't. She's like, I know. She's like, it's my fault. I shouldn't have looked. And I was like, to her husband, I was like, you good with that? He's like, yeah, I'm good, man. He's like, we good with that. It's okay. He's like, yo, thanks for coming out, man. This dude had dreads. He had dreadlocks. He was a 5'8" black dude on maybe on the lighter side. Had a goatee, had dreadlocks, thin built. Didn't look like he was like a baller, but he had a beautiful Turkish wife. Now, and I ain't one talking about divestment and all this other stuff, but you got to work on your damn attitude sometimes, ladies, because it's the same laws of attraction. Let's say if it was a well-to-do man and he went over there and he pulled him the baddest bitch, right? Because of that. Now, is that woman going to go under his leadership and not go astray? Or is she going to be tainted by the poison of the modern woman? This is why a lot of dudes never come back. They go over there, work cybersecurity or work online job and never come back, or bring her over here because they already know. And that's sad. Yeah, there's a lot of single women here in America, man. But a lot of them don't like the Michael B. Jordans until the Michael B. Jordans become famous. And what I mean by that, Michael B. Jordan is a fan of anime. Michael B. Jordan was trying to get his acting career off when he was in high school. It was called corny for that. Jonathan Majors also, same thing. They were called lame and corny and all that type of shit for that. And there's many other Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordans who don't have the muscles, who don't have the acting chops, but they are that guy that they used to be before the money enhanced them. The money and the roles enhanced them. These dudes get in the best shape of their careers for roles. They're able to do that because you can spend so much time at the gym. You can get personal trainers. You get the best dietitians. They enhance what they have because they're famous now. There's many other guys who don't have that money, but they are the very same dudes. And a lot of these single women out there will look them over because they're 5'10" and under. Look them over because they maybe have a high 2 figures instead of 6. And then they get online and be talking about if I've seen one woman put out a video saying if a guy's asking a woman what she brings to the table, he is a weak, insecure, pathetic man. He shouldn't want nothing from a woman. A woman should be, the only thing she should bring to the table is herself. And I'm like, this is why a lot of them single. This is why a lot of them are single. They're waiting at the finish line for you, KO. But they're not there rubbing your shoulders after you put in that work, trying to get to where you want to get to. They're not there to rub your shoulders and give you a reach around. They're not there to rub your shoulders and give you a reach around and then put it in their mouth and go for what they want and go for what they know. A lot of them are waiting at the finish line for you. They don't give a fuck about what you've been through. They don't. And I'm sorry, you laughing with me too, but a lot of women don't get the fact that when a guy says, be my peace, he's not talking about he's out there shooting niggas every day or he's living chaotically. He's saying, I've come home from a hard day. Like me, I come home from hard days, mentally hard days. Somebody died that I couldn't save. I found somebody's body. That smell is still in my clothes. But here's the kicker. It's not in my clothes. I still smell it like it's in my clothes. Because it fucks with me mentally. You think I'm going to come home to you running your mouth? Especially when I didn't start anything? That's the problem. A lot of these women here in America don't get it. I'm not saying go elsewhere. I don't want to. I shouldn't have to run elsewhere. But I'm not going to put up with the disrespect. I'm not going to put up with it. And I'm not going to put up with somebody who falls below standard. I'm not even a rich guy. I'm not a rich guy by any means. But I recently picked up more work because I want to move into a better place. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of being in the studio. I got to let a lot of stuff go. I have to shed a lot of things. Sad thing is that a lot of apartments don't take. I have 2 dogs. They don't take them. I would have been out a long time ago. So what I'm saying, when the guy says be at peace, they're not saying he's hot, spicy, wild, violent, or anything like that, or he's uncaring, he's uncouth. He's saying don't add to his problems. Don't add to his problems. And we will be your peace. It's not a one-sided street when the guy says be in peace. We're not asking you to just give yourself to us and not want for anything. You know, this is the one of the most attractive things in the world is for, to me, besides a woman who looks the part, is a woman who has just a caring heart. I don't want to break that heart. I really wouldn't want to break that fucking heart at all. She has a caring heart. She causes me no problems. I don't look a gift horse in its mouth. But somehow, some way, shape, and form, they like guys who do that to them. That's why you got so many series like, look at Greenleaf. Greenleaf. What's the one woman, the character, she married the abusive light-skinned dude? Her father punched him in the eye because he hit her on a wedding day. And she still married him. And you know what? I know it's fictional, but that's how it be. When you're not that type of guy, you're corny. I think there should be also, and this is going to be a little weird and funny, I think there should be the age limit. There should be a cutoff age. You gotta put your pants up. You gotta pull your pants up. You gotta start wearing belts. I think one of the most ironic and most disrespectful things I've seen is niggas sagging who got belts on. Because when you sagging, you got a belt on. You know what that looks like to me? That looks like you just drop your pants down to advertise that you open for business. That's what it looks like to me. Look at the whole thing with Felice Johnson. People was obsessed with him because some people found it funny. But that man was living his goddamn truth. And they were obsessed with Felice Johnson over the whole thing. And I'm starting to look like a lot of these dudes been in prison. If you do the style, that's why I try to tell people that is a prison style. And what it means, when you really want to rock that, there should be a cutoff age to that. And like you said in the comments, you don't have to be rich to have morals or standards. But this is what they want us to do today as black men especially. They want us, we can only have standards when we have money. No. I'm here to tell a lot of other men out here, that is bullshit. Do not fall for that. Because if you can maintain your health, you can stay in shape, you can do a lot of things, and you're not even a rich person or so, and you busy, you have a busy life and you still manage to keep yourself together, she has no fucking excuse. She has no excuse. This is the problem right there. They don't like hearing stuff like that. This is why they went after that what's that the fitness model, the Asian woman, the one that something is it Kang something, I forgot her first name. And she looking fit, 6-pack, 3 children. Managed to work out at home while being a mother of 3. And what's your excuse? And guess who tore her apart? Women did. Other women tore her apart. Sat there with your septum piercings and your gut hanging out of your halter top, tearing her apart. Tearing her apart. And I remember one too. Speaking of halter tops and big guts, I remember one woman trying to shame men for preferring women who were of a slim, they were of a slim or healthier physique. This woman is saying, I look at when men desire women who are small or so, I look at them kind of side-eye. They must like little girls. They must have an obsession with little girls, trying to shame them and call them pedos. Because she was overweight, not obese, but she was overweight, and she was shaming a man's preference for liking, shaming men's preferences, the men who like women who are slender or are in better shape than she is. You were shaming them by trying to refer to them liking petite, even if she was petite, thin women. You try to say he likes children. I'm sorry, maybe a dude is 5'8" and he likes him a petite woman. Hell, I'm 6'2". I would like a petite woman, but that's not my main preference. But if a 4'11" mature, grown-ass woman with a nice body presented herself to me, you think I'm going to turn her down because she's under 5 feet? Even though she's legal. And she is a grown woman. She can be the same age as me and 45 years old. I'm going to listen to you shame me over that? This is what happens. This is what a lot of them do. It's the shaming language. This is why you hear a lot of guys in the red pill community bring up the whole thing about shaming language, because they hear women tell them that all the time. Somebody told me at work years ago, and I may have said it, but I'm going to keep saying it because I want a lot of people to understand this. 2 different situations. Somebody, my old boss, who she waddles when she walks. She waddles when she walks. That's all you need to know about it. She said, black men ain't supposed to have standards. I'm like, excuse me? Even one of my coworkers was a black female at that time, Katrina. Katrina was like, what? She's like, yeah, he's supposed to. I wish more men had standards. I was like, thank you, Katrina. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then another time, a black female who was a patient care tech she had those lunch lady arms, younger than me. You know what she told me when I described what type of woman I wanted? She said to me, I want somebody that just keeps herself in shape. She's like, you want a black woman who keep herself in shape? You better get you a white bitch. I was like, I kid you not, she said that to me. She said that to me. I've never forgotten that a black woman has told me that 2 black women, one told me I shouldn't have standards. The other one told me my standards are not obtainable by black women. I refuse to believe that is true. I refuse to believe that is true, but unfortunately, you got the Lizzos walking around. You got black women supporting that nasty shit. That woman body she has a Patrick Starfish body, but a SpongeBob shaped ass. And I'm supposed to be like, oh, well, she's doing her thing. I don't give a damn about how rich she is. And I think a lot of guys understand they would get clowned into eternity. Oh, you only with her because she rich. And even she knows that. Even she knows that. That's why she can be in one note saying, you know, you people, yeah, I just want to spread my cheeks and say shit like that, but then turn around and start crying weeks later about, you know, acceptance. That woman is trapped in her own body, y'all. And she knows if she loses the weight, she would lose her fan base. She would lose her loyal fan base. See, Adele didn't care. Adele said the people who have been the most critical about her weight have been other women. Lizzo knows this. She knows this. But the thing is, Adele was like, and maybe it's something with non-black women who get it, who get the memo a lot sooner. They know that at the end of the day, it's their body, their health, their life. You gotta stop living for other people who only want to see you be a mascot and be a laughing stock. And they only want to live vicariously through you because they want to be nothing. They don't want to be healthy. And you have become their mascot. You gotta stop living for people like that, because at the end of the day, you may have millions of dollars, but you can still die of heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, you name it, and they will just look and like, oh yeah, she should have lost that weight. I'm like, bitch, how could you say something like that when you were cheerleading her on? How could you say something like that? But a lot of them do that shit. And it leads back to the whole situation of why there's so many single women here. And let's thin the herd a little bit more. Sexy Red, how she has a career. How do she have a career? That woman she talk about the color of her booty hole, the color of her choach. She named lipsticks and other stuff after STDs. There's nothing sexy about her at all. Like, tell me. And I was shocked when I saw videos of her as a kid. I was like, oh yeah, she is a female, because she looked like Young Thug. And now she has even embraced the fact that she looks like him. How does she have a... And people be like, oh yeah, she's an industry plant. She's a ratchet, and she's banking her career and she was making music for years. She was making the same ratchet music that nobody was really listening to, but something, she made a deal with the devil, and that threw her in the forefront. Yo, hey, Ray, what's going on, man? So that threw her in the forefront, and guess what happened? Now she's famous, and she can't go back from that. She's exploiting and making black women look bad. But somehow, I don't know how she has a career. And then what's her friend name? The other one. Be on runways all sprawled out on the floor and shit like that. Oh, Suki Hana. Suki Hana is an adult film star turned rapper, right? You know that, right? If you didn't know that about Suki Hana, that's what she is. And Suki Hana, I don't know how she had a career in porn, let alone rap. And I'll explain that to you in a moment. I saw her movies. I saw her. She gives awful head. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Yes. She gives awful, she gives garbage head. I've seen the clips of it. I'm like, really? I'm like, Dr. Umar Johnson, that's what you want from her? That's what Umar Johnson wants from her? Her head game is whack. Like Joe, like the basketball player he's in the news now because his fucking wife put him on blast for being broke. Joe Smith, his former porn star wife, Keisha Chavez or whatever her name is. I've seen her work too. Because when I found out that Sukihana was a porn star, I looked it up. No lie. I'm like, bro, no. I would think she would be, you talking about your body and your sex and your songs, and you that terrible with head? Oh, shit. 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 It's like something I said in a short video of mine that I put out a while ago when I was on a live stream with my cousins. I was like, if you're gonna use sex as a weapon, for God's sakes, be good at it. Neither one of them are good at it. And but you know what they said? You know what Sukihana said? I'm not. No, she was like, she basically told other black women who was complaining about her, y'all ain't shit either. I'm just making money off it. To paraphrase her, so I ain't nothing new. Y'all having a lot of y'all ain't shit, and your baby daddies ain't shit either. She said that. So what is this? Trauma bonding? That's what it's come down to. Trauma bonding. That's what we're doing now through music. She on stage, Sexy Red's on stage, twerking and performing pregnant. She got a song called Pound Town. I don't know if you know what when you take someone to Pound Town. Pound Town. But yeah, like I said, I can't get over how awful Sukihana was at giving head. But like I said, Dr. Umar Johnson was talking about defending. He was defending her, saying, and he'll say something like, he's like, "Yep." As soon as she caught a few diseases, I was like, "Wow, yeah." Yeah. She said, Sexy Red said she was the raw dog queen. There's video proof of her saying that on the show, that she's the raw dog queen. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that will hit that. A lot of guys that will hit that. And I'm like, something. Yeah, let me see. Let's see if we can find that. Let's go browser green screen. Alright. Oh, look at Thunder Rosa. I like her. That's the wrestler that I had pictures with. That's her right there in the thumbnail. Alright. See? Not all Mexican women look as cute as she is. But let's see. Let's go to... And here we go.
High school, and there was an open condom on the bed.
In her house?
In her bed. And she just said, "Oh, yeah, my sister was in before me." And I believed it.
Oh, she lying. That happened to me. One time, my friend was at my house, and she was in there with her nigga in the living room, and I told them, "Do not fuck on my couch." Her nigga knew my nigga, but my nigga couldn't come at the time because they was friends. You know how two friends be talking to
He could come
friends.
like on some like couldn't.
He probably was fucking off.
Couldn't get up.
No, he couldn't. He couldn't come over my house. And then it was a condom in my trash can. And he told on me and said that I was the one fucking, but it was not my condom. My nigga called me the next day and was like, "You had a condom in your trash can and stuff." I'm like, that wasn't my condom. I don't use condoms, baby.
Right.
I'm the raw dog queen.
It was in high school, and there was an open condom on the bed.
In her house?
In her.
You heard that, right? Yeah. 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 It was Jason Black. It was Torian Rain. Biden campaign calls Trump immigration plan cruel and racist. Oh, God. See? Biden's not getting back into office. The writing's already on the wall. I mean, you think I voted for his ass when he said if you vote for me, you're not black? If you don't vote for me, you're not a black. But no, fuck that. I was like, you ain't getting shit from me. Oh, Alex is live. I'll watch that on the replay later. Oh, he's making fun of the fucking Dreamcast guy. But let me see. 5150 show. This dude here, Corey Holcomb, you have to check him out. But you had to hear him going in on fucking you had to hear him going in on goddamn what's the one name? Leslie Jones. Sorry about that. You had to hear him going in on Leslie Jones. And I was like, wow. Leslie Jones said that men out there ain't hitting it right. I was like, you are a 6 foot, like Corey Holcomb said, you are a 6 foot, 56-year-old woman, and you don't look that good. No guy's gonna last. He said no guy's gonna last to that pussy. Oh man. But yeah, on this whole thing with her, if I wasn't on YouTube and I could get flagged for showing obscene content, I would, like, matter of fact, look it up for yourself. Look up Suki Hana head and you see how terrible she is at it. A lot of them out here good. So I'm like, aren't no good. But you push an image about that. You know? This world's fucked. It's fucked. But who's in here with me, y'all? Who's in the comment section with me? I hope your Saturday's going well. But I could not believe that. And you know, a matter of fact, let's go deeper into it. Let's look up. Let's see if I can find what I was talking about with hold on, with Umar Johnson defending her. And I feel like he defends. My problem with Dr. Umar Johnson is that I feel that he defends black female fuckery because he has an ulterior motive to get some pussy from her. That's what I feel about that. You can call me crazy. You can call me crazy. Like the old guy song. Alright, so let's see if I can find that. I'm risking, or no, I have a problem with him. Always had a problem with him because he's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. And let's see what other people thought about it. Because when I saw this, let's look at some of these shorts. Let's look at some of these shorts.
And I will make him woke right now. She said, I want to be intimate with Dr. Umar, and I will make him woke right now. That's what my sister Suki Hana from Wilmington, Delaware said. That's what my sister Suki Hana from Wilmington, Delaware said. That's what my sister Suki Hana from Wilmington, Delaware said. And then she said, if Dr. Umar met me, he would shoot his shot because he would see that I'm a chocolate, beautiful, conscious queen in need of a little guidance and some daddy issues. Umar, and I will make...
She's shooting her shot at him. She shot her shot at him.
You know, in your song, right? You said you want to fuck Dr. Umar, right? Yeah. So how would you shoot your shot with Dr. Umar?
But I love a Pan-African king.
You know,
King Kong.
King Kong consciousness. I'm very pro-black, so I care about my people. And I feel like if I was to pick somebody to fuck on, it would be Dr. Umar. And that's what I said in Grinch. Fuck Dr. Umar, leave him.
And you think he's not paying attention to that? He like, oh yeah, this is why you lead to pictures like this.
Consciousness over coochie.
Yeah, okay.
Politics over punani. I keep telling y'all that. Consciousness comes before coochie. Consciousness over.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Sure it does, buddy. Sure it does. That's why they showing it there how he contradicts himself. We all know what she's good for. She didn't even say make passionate love to. She said fuck on him. That's jump off lingo. Let's see what homie got to say here.
Nah, this ridiculous. Dr. Umar, I find this suspicious. This took me. I thought it was revolution before romance, consciousness before cookies. Thought you was too divine. Right here, I thought she asked each and well, you declined. But I guess they kept flowing. I don't know what type of bond these two got going, but I wasn't ready. I don't know. I just feel like she fed bro that spaghetti every drip. If Kev Samuels was alive, he'd have been looking like this. Head deep. I guess every man woke to good she put him to sleep. Nah, I can't condone this. Only 3 words for this. Brother, stay focused.
He probably did. I think he did. I really think he did. I really think he did. Honestly, I think he did. I really think he did hit that. So, let me see. Let me look at this one right here.
Yeah, I just came from Walmart, grabbed me some bread for my sandwiches, for work. Here we go, cooning. You bought your bread from Walmart? Hold on, I'll call you back.
You're going to probably make a point that...
You bought your bread from Walmart? No, he did not just ask me a dumb question like that. No, he did not just ask me a dumb question like that. No, he did not just ask me a dumb question like that. Why would I, as a black man, go and buy my bread from the white establishment when the white man is taking so much from us already? And there are so many black-owned establishments without enough customers. I buy my white bread from black-owned establishment only. If you wasn't such a coon, you'd understand that.
That's the type of shit he be on. Oh, God. All right. So, let me see something. And look, let's take a tally of how many videos that thumbnails that you see from this situation with O'Shea Duke Jackson. Celebrity Junk, that's him. If you don't know that, that's O'Shea. And let me see. Right here. Tasha K just ended Uma's concern by doing this. Oh, he always be talking that bullshit, y'all. I used to be into O'Shea until I realized how much of a charlatan he was. Yep. His thumbnails, his and I get it. He do that to actually bring eyes to his content, but he be full of shit. But yeah, like you said, he actually I can't. Let me see. Let me get back to this. Let me close out of here. And let's go to my custom backtrack logo. Yeah. And like I said, when he was dealing with the conscious stripper, she said he used to like her to put on blonde wigs. So he took all this snow bunny this, snow bunny that, snow bunny this, snow bunny that, snow bunny this. But yet, you want her to wear a wig of another woman's hair. Sure. Okay, buddy. All right. Yeah, I believe you. Anyway, I'm approaching the 2 hour mark on this one. Wow, I can't believe it's actually been that long. Damn, Ray, where you been, man? I know I've been working. Like I said, I work about 2-3 jobs, bro. Where you been? You know? And he definitely, like you said, he definitely hit that. That's all he want. See, this is a whole act. I always consider him Derek Jackson with a dashiki. Not that he got the physique and the height of Derek Jackson, but he has the motif of them. Tell women that they're never wrong. Tell them it's the men's fault. Just basically feed them feel-good information and confirmation bias, and they will drop their drawers to you. See, the thing is that what he doesn't have and physique that Derek Jackson had, he makes up for him because he knows he's a smooth talker. Derek Jackson is not a smooth talker. He's a looker. Said gentleman going back to school. What you going back to school for, man? And you saying you got a female for the podcast. For the one that I've been having this screensaver on for a long time. And I have a screensaver for that, and you haven't been back. It's like sitting right here, bro. The South District Podcast. Look at that. And even got you featured on it with your name. See? See? With us. I got this here to be going down the screen right now. Yeah. Look at that. Because I'm Fury and Alan Fox Radio. I've been having that. I've had this here for a minute. And I can always change it and edit it. Where you been, bro? Where you been? You said you got a female for the podcast, man. She looked like Lady of Rage. Who she built like? Kelly Price? Thanks. Oh, man. Oh, no, I'm just fucking with you. You know these women out here fucking... Yeah, man. Yeah, you're gonna do it like Drink Champs a bit, huh? Now she looks decent, bro. I don't know. I actually been going on dates with somebody, for the last few months whenever we have free time. She's a little bit older than I am. That might be the way. You said, and she got her mind right. My taste, not bad, man. Now, I ain't saying it tastes bad. I'm just saying that these women, they let themselves go. You make them too comfortable, right? You make them too comfortable, man. I ain't saying it tastes bad. I'm just saying they get too comfortable around you. Then, see, when certain women get too comfortable around you, that's when they start, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get too comfortable around you, a lot of them start putting them pounds on. Not everybody is like Six the Goddess. Six the Goddess, you might not agree with the fact that she used to be a former stripper, but she does YouTube content. But you said I'd be simping a bit. You be simping? But Six the Goddess said this, like, we need some honesty back. We need more women to tell their friends, like, yeah, bitch, you fat. And women would I forgot where they was at, what show they was at. But Six the Goddess had this girl and her feelings. They were in their feelings because they didn't want to hear the truth about themselves. But this is why I don't believe in totally eradicating shaming language. I really don't. And I know it sounds cruel. but I really don't believe in eradicating it, because if you're not bullying somebody, but you're still like, hey, yeah, you know, bro, you need to lose some weight, boy, you got titties. Yeah, I know you making fun of them, but they call that, technically, that's a form of bullying. But as long as you're not physically assaulting somebody, but you're telling them the truth about themselves. See, even Melanie King, people may say whatever, she had surgery on her face and stuff like that, and she wears makeup. I fuck the shit out of Melanie King. You damn right I would. Anyway, Melanie King said her father was the main person who was blunt with her. And when she was overweight, he let it be known by calling her, who, Melanie King? Oh, this is Melanie King. Give me a second. I know who Melanie King is. This one here. Oh, she got it. She wearing her hair natural now. I like it. That's Melanie King right there.
The worst people I ever saw at those demonstrations were
She had her nose done.
women who were.
That's the only thing I think she had done, basically, is her nose. I think that's the only thing Melanie King had done is her nose. But everybody recognized her for when she had this hairstyle that she had the longer weave in or so. But yeah, that's Melanie King.
Screeching like fishwives.
Oh, she's reacting and Jordan Peterson. And everybody knows her from, the women were really trying to come at her, black women, because she was doing a live stream with mediocre tutorial and reviews, and she was hitting on him and being really flirty with her. And a lot of people that she was like, oh, see, she's no different. She be talking all this shit. Melanie King is a divorced woman, number one. Number two, when a woman is into a man, that's the way she should be acting. She shouldn't be acting like a nigga. She should be acting like a woman who's trying to shoot her shot at a guy, and the guy vice versa. But he kept it professional. But this is Melanie King right there. That's how she looked right there. This lady here. That's her. And see, she's a 40-something-year-old woman. I'm a 40-something-year-old man. I gotta keep it real. She's a beautiful woman. She had a nose job. So what? Even without the nose job, I still would hit that. See, the difference between hitting that and wifing somebody up. You don't know somebody yet to, like, all right, I'll wife her up. Just not based on her looks. Looks alone don't get it. All right, so, and this is Jordan Peterson. But, let me see. Let me see if I can find. See, that was her when she had those lock extensions in her hair. But a lot of women were like, yo, yeah, they messed with her because she was on there. She exposed her feelings, and people was, yeah, she finds him, she choosing signals. She found him attractive. As you can see them together and stuff, and the way she was acting around him, I was like, so? If she finds him attractive, what's the big fucking deal? See, that's the problem with a lot of women today, bro. That's the problem with them today. A lot of them call each other pick-me's when they are in a position to try to court themselves. They had themselves courted by a man. Choosing signals. See, y'all gotta read the room. If you're into a guy, don't punch him in the arm and call him a bitch, okay? That's not choosing signals. That's showing him that you a nigga. I mean, come on. Come on. Read the room better.
I didn't realize. I thought it would be like a funny ending, but like.
Let's see if we can get to that. Fair use. Fair use. I'm just trying to show you like what I was talking about.
Shit like that because it doesn't.
Let's see if we can get further to where she's.
They use nerve endings.
I feel like women can. I'm saying like they don't know how to like.
Most replayed.
You know what I'm saying?
Know how to make love?
I am very astute in the love.
Let me put my headphones on so y'all can hear. So I can.
Some of them no. I just get into the zone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just get into the zone. You know, but sometimes you don't make love. Sometimes you blow a back out.
Exact. That's what I just was saying. Like it's more like you know. Sometimes you just basically you hit it. Just because you hit that doesn't mean that you are in love with somebody like that. And he said sometimes I just get in the zone. See, this is look at her face. Look at the pause on that. Cause he's keeping it real with her. She would want that back blown out too. He's keeping it real with her.
You know, it just depends on the situation and what it calls for. And depending upon what it calls for is what I can do to rise to that occasion.
That's your own.
Oh, Jesus.
This is his question. These are both his questions. Or his things.
Have you ever messed with someone in the DMs?
More than likely. More than likely.
That's for you.
This is for me. Oh.
You know you did, fool. You know you did. Stop the cap if you don't cap. But look how she's looking at him, man. Look how she's looking at him. That's what I'm talking about. That's right there. That right there. If you had a woman that's into you, giving you that type of look and stuff like that, I'm not even talking about on a sexual basis. I'm talking about the fact her giving you that energy. You know how good that makes a person feel? That makes a guy feel great. Women, they take that shit for granted. Oh, he thirsty. He thirsty if a guy's doing it all over you, like he's smiling and all this stuff like that. Ugh, get away from me. Ugh, what's wrong with him? Men, we love shit like this. We do.
No, we need a bigger drink. That was weak, guys. No. If you're not going to answer, we need a drink. A bigger one. Oh, my God.
Okay, I have.
I told you.
How many?
That's not the question that was.
Oh, she want to know. She want to know, but you can't see that?
That wasn't on the thing. You should.
Eligible women or men for marriage today, and why? I think, that's my question.
It's your question.
I think it's more eligible men. I think.
As if you don't know, they mix together their questions and put them in there to pull, and they answer either each other's questions or their own questions on a live stream. This is a snippet from that if you don't know that already. But this is basically what they've been doing.
Guys say men are the prize, but I think today, if you can find a woman who's submissive, feminine, low today, I think there's more men that are like 80. I think 80% or more in the West of men are more ready for marriage and commitment.
And this is a divorced woman saying this. This is not a divorced woman saying, "Oh, Mel, niggas ain't shit." This, that, and the fourth. She understands. Maybe things didn't work out with her husband or so. I don't know, for whatever reason. It ain't my business. But she's not throwing all other men under the bus. She's actually saying that there's a lot of eligible men out here. 80, like, yeah. The thing is that a lot of women's standards, in my personal opinion, aren't to we aren't up to their ridiculously high standards. Now, I'm not saying women shouldn't have standards. I'm saying women do have standards, but their standards are just like, what was the expression I heard the angry video game nerd said? It'd be easier to pick fly shit out of pepper while wearing boxing gloves. Remember the angry video game nerd said that? It'd be easier to pick fly shit from pepper with boxing gloves on than meet the standard of these women, because if they're not attracted to you, they're gonna keep changing the standards. They're gonna have you jump through hoops of fire, and they're gonna siphon what they want from you and give you just enough to keep you around. So when the dude that they really want to fuck on ain't available, or they need money for weed or whatever the fuck, they can pull you up. A lot of them do that. Let's keep it honest. Let's go on.
Than these women. Women are getting 6 a night. What man is getting 6 dicks? Whoa.
Yep. she meant to say what men are getting 6 women tonight, but I get what she's trying to say. Women can get, like, sex is very accessible to women just for just being women. That's what she's trying to say. Sex is very accessible to women. Men, not so much. We have to have ourselves to a certain standard, to a certain look, to a certain thing to get the women that we want. Even if we was just trying to go after Big Bertha or so, we still have to do more work than women do. Women just gotta step out of the house. They can go out with yoga pants that got bleach dye stains on them, and dudes will still be trying to fuck them. I walk out the house with fucking my beat up Adidas sweatpants I kick around with, I walk my dogs in and stuff like that. Nobody looking at me. Nobody gives a fuck about me. Hell, even in my MT uniform, nobody really gives a shit about me. Let's keep on.
6 viscous innards. 6 viscous innards an evening. Like, a woman can take in as much as, like, can consume dick at a rate like the Great Whore of Babylon.
That's an incredible rate. Can I tell you, when I first heard that, the Great Whore of Babylon, I didn't know it was in the Bible. I had to, like, go look it up and shit like that.
You heathen!
I had no idea.
Guys, did
that
you know
bitch is in Revelation?
Yeah, she's like the end times whore.
I didn't realize that they had an end times whore in the Bible.
Are we at the...
I ain't gonna lie, it made me want...
Yeah. So next time you look at you want to jump on the Reverend about trying to condemn debauchery, this is why he's not. Every church has one and stuff, but let's just pay attention to each time her cleavage pops into the frame. Let me stop. Let me stop. Or should I stop? No. Let's keep going.
No, the Bible is some G-code stuff.
So is the Bible the original red pill?
Do you know what they did to Jezebel for being a whore?
They stoned that bitch?
First of all, Jezebel, or her man, her husband, was the king.
Wait, Jezebel was a person?
Wait, yes, these are all Bible stories. I knew about the whole Babylon, and I knew about Jezebel. I ain't even a religious person. I just know of it because of family teaching me this type of stuff. And going to church. I used to go to church every Sunday when I was a little kid.
Jezebel was a real queen of the Bible. She was married to, was it Nebuchadnezzar? So anyway, she had a daughter outside. She was a baby mother. And it was stepdaddy season for Nebuchadnezzar.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Stepdaddy. And so she used her daughter he wanted to bang his stepdaughter, and she knew it. So he got her to tempt him with like a little sexual, like a strip, strip, and like do a whole dance in front of him. And then he was so turned on, he said, "Anything you want, I'll give it to you." And her mother told her to ask for the head of John the Baptist.
Oh shit!
And he had to. Once a king promised something, anything you want, whatever you said, the king had to do, or he will lose all of his. He could not say no. Once he puts a decree out. So Jezebel had him do that. But then Jezebel was such a whore. She ended up being thrown out of a window and then killed, and the dogs tore her body apart.
Wow. Wow. Woo. Woo. Jesus. Damn. This was in the Bible, y'all. Yeah, I thought the Bible was all about lollipops and holding hands. Nope.
Ate her flesh. No, the Bible is like hardcore. People talking about be nice and be sweet. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna treat you like Jezebel.
So, you see? And I just said that. Like, you thought the Bible was about lollipops and holding hands? Nope.
These dogs gonna tear that puss apart.
God damn it! I wanted this one to be for you. I wrote this one with her in mind, and well, you actually kind of answered this a little bit earlier. But so the question was, have you ever kissed a girl? I wanted you to pick up that card so that you can let us know.
I have not kissed a girl. Have you kissed a girl?
Absolutely. Okay. You ready? Go ahead.
Okay. Do you want me to kiss a girl?
Up, see? Some chick says she don't know why gravity was invented. Did she really say that to you? Bruh, come on. Bruh, nah. She didn't ask you a question. She really said that to you? For real? She really said that to you? Oh my God. You tell her I said this. You tell her I said this, okay? I don't know if you can hear this. But this is what, oh, this is online? You tell her, I hope she watching this, because this is for her.
Lick my balls! Yeah!
Lady, you asked why the gravity was created? This is my answer to you.
Lick my balls! Yeah!
Oh my God. Anyway. Oh. Anyway, let's see.
Y'all, I'm acting up. Do you want me to kiss a girl? Y'all, I'm acting up. Oh, I'm spitting too. But I'm acting up. Alright. Show me and the audience the last picture in your phone.
Oh boy.
I can't get my phone. Oh.
So you can't find your phone? So,
oh wait, my phone is right now.
Oh!
We dumb as hell.
You dumb. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
We live streaming on my phone.
Right. See, this is... I gotta show you this video this vegan put out. This vegan says she's vegan, but she eats chicken and cow, but she's still vegan because they were fed a plant diet. So that women and men say some of the dumbest shit on the internet. The internet just let them do it. I gotta find that. Hold on.
Guys, if you haven't, my Instagram was taken.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find that for you, so I can show you that fucking that tweet. I mean that Instagram thing. Give me a second. Before I go out, I gotta take care of these dogs. I know. But let's see. All right. Let's find it. I want to find this one thing because I have to play it for you. Because this girl was really convinced that she was still vegan. And I showed this to my lady friend. My lady friend is vegan. And I knew she'd get a laugh out of it. But this right here.
I've been vegan for 3 years, but I eat eggs for breakfast every morning to get my protein. The key is that you buy organic because organic means that the chickens were fed a vegan diet. So since the chickens are fed a vegan diet, that means that the eggs are vegan.
I don't know if it's more frustrating that I agree with her, or the fact that she's completely out of line with the rest of the vegans in the world and I should somehow be upset about that. Her wrongness is making her right, in my eyes at least. Because I've been saying this for ages. If you feed the animal grass, doesn't that make it a vegan animal? Like the chickens. All they eat is the grasses. Therefore they're vegan. The same thing with the cattle. I eat vegan beef all the time. None of the rest of the vegans of the world agree with me, but finally I've found one. And I'm at odds with accepting this. Because it's both wrong and it's completely right. And that's what we've gotten in this world. To the point that you've actually made me confused about how I feel when a vegan says that eating chicken is still vegan. I believe my head's going to explode.
Oh shit! Oh, you can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up whatsoever. You can't make it up. Anyway, y'all, it's been almost 2.5 hours. I gotta go walk my dogs. You know, I got an elderly dog who can't hold it as long as he used to, and I got call it a night. So I'm glad that I was able to do this live stream, get some shit off my chest, get some laughs in, and all that other stuff. And like I told you, I showed you, man, that's Melanie King, beautiful woman. They were trying to come for her because she was flirting and being flirtatious with MCR. And I was like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Especially if you are in the vicinity of a person that you are attracted to. Y'all need to stop with that pick me bullshit. This is why you're not chosen. And then a woman who shows that she wants to be chosen, y'all make fun of her and you shame her into that. What's it gonna be, heifer? You want to be someone's girlfriend or wife, or you want to be their nigga? Ask yourself that. Anyway, y'all, it's been real. I'll catch all of you on the flip side. It's your boy Fury. I'm here, and now I'm out, y'all. Have a good rest of the week, and enjoy your Sundays, y'all. Peace.
And I just want to say to every single one of y'all out here, I gotta say it one more time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And don't let them hoes get you down. Don't let those no good Negroes get you down either, Heifers. If you were looking for a good quality man, like you need a narrator, I will blow that back out. But you want to start in front. But I'll make you bright. Because my voice is weird. It'll be like surprise, right in your eyes. Oh, shit. Peace out. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, boy.